Hey, this is Sean, and this is an adventure in oil trading. This is Monday, January 14th, 2019, the start of a new week. And today I'm probably not going to talk about much about specific trades because it was just. I'd rather talk about emotionally where I'm at and what happens on days like this because that's the most important part and a lesson that I want to take away from today. It's really hard to come to the microphone and make a journal on a day like this. Nothing, nothing catastrophic, no big explosions or anything, but a long list of trades and 12 trades today, and I just lost my mind. And the only thing I'm really trying to move towards is consistency. And when I have days like this, I know that I'm taking a big step back, and that's not what I'm doing. I know there aren't 12 good trade opportunities in a day, but I know sometimes, there's 2, 3, 4, depending on the day, and sometimes you miss the locations exactly, so there can be a few more than that. But today was just an example of having a good idea about what I wanted to see, and trying to jump on those ideas too early and without proper setups. And you can see kind of the rapid fire style that this went down. 736 I took a short here, and then 737, 740 I'm long, and then back short already at 43.51, another trade, 802, 19, 20, 22. So I just kind of lost it, and was able to manage and maintain my risk parameters decently. And so 12 down is not a big deal. I mean, it's well within a normal down day. But the part that's emotionally difficult for me is that just like I felt like I lost control, and I wasn't patiently stalking and waiting for my setups to appear. And for me, I find that a lot of the time I have a good context read of the market, and then when I start to see that playing out, that context read of my expectation playing out, and I'm not participating in the action, I get extra of that FOMO feeling. I'm like, look at that, there I am, I'm right, look at this, price is doing exactly what I thought it would do, and here I am, I'm not getting paid. And that's just a terrible attitude to have. That's not how it works. The context is just a guide, and the valid setups still have to present themselves. So, and then I get these flashbacks of how bad it feels to have a bad day, and not just a bad day from a money situation, a gain or a loss, but when you have these days, you feel like you take a big step back, and that's too bad. Because every day you have these setbacks, you're one day farther away from being able to put on more leverage and increase your size and get to, follow your plan about where your eventual goal is. But that's okay, and I understand that that's part of it too, but I need to get a handle on this emotional swings of how I feel on days like this. And I really hate it that when I come after, having a bad day, and then it wrecks my whole day. And I just feel like I don't want to do anything. I feel unmotivated, and it makes it very hard for me to function outside of trading, like just in my normal everyday day. I don't want to do anything now. And so that's not good. I know that's not healthy, and I don't know if it's normal or whatever, but so let's just get into, I do want to go over my context read of the day and see how that met or didn't meet my expectations. Before today, on Friday, we had bumped hard up into this kind of this supply up here, this previous top of this consolidation, and sold off. And so my expectation today was that we were going to get a pretty significant sell-off to fill in some of the space to come back down and see how we would react. We didn't get that exactly. We definitely did fill in some of the space and did sell off. So right on the context read for what my expectation was for the day, and down to even knowing what the expectation was on where price was likely to go. And let's get back to the end of this. So my expectation here was that we would get definitely a test up into this volume point of control for these 2 days. This is a very likely test to happen here, and then to see what happens above that, and if not, we would fall back down probably. And we have this real fat looking profile from today now. Just a very, very large, just a balancing type day with not a whole lot of range. It's a real squatty short profile, as you can see. So when I came into the charts this morning, we had a significant overnight sell-off. Overnight high was way up here, and we continued to set lower lows here. This overnight low was set at 316 and wasn't breached until the very end of the session today. So when I came in at about 6, I was looking at testing these highs here to see, very aware of these bar lows here, because if we don't hold this area, my expectation is that we would go down to test some of the lower side of balance here, or possibly even test these lows here, the overnight low. We didn't get that. About 6 we came down and we did test this low and rejected sharply, and this was a very nice long here if you could get on it. Unfortunately, what happened is it was a very aggressive rejection here, and you can see even on a 3-minute how quickly price rejected here when we pushed below. But this was definitely a very strong signal looking to get long. I was not able to. We can see here what happened. Price made this low at 69 and then went all the way back up 30 ticks within just a matter of minutes. So you get real aggressive, maybe you could put on a long somewhere above, but again, I have no protection for a stop anywhere in there. So we do get this. The only possibility is maybe if you want to take a long inside here, this little chunk of volume in here, but there's really not much to lean on here. And then if you can get this somewhere in here, put your stop below these bar lows here. You can see all this volume was coming in. Large accumulation, most likely by larger time frame buyers. Again, I'm not going to talk too much about price action. You can see I didn't take a trade till well after the open, 736, and that was my first test. My first try was short at 736. So again, I need to make some more kind of a concrete objective rule on when we get this kind of failure here. I shouldn't be trying to take any short setups until we get some kind of failure of a level above or a test. And I try to get too smart in there, and I see something small, especially on the footprint, that looks like we have a small failure. But at the end of the day, what I am trying to do is trade around liquidity and large buyers and sellers. And at this point, we can see it's quite obvious that a very large buyer stepped in here, and in these levels as well. So until something happens, at least into a test up into here, to see what's likely to happen, or maybe even to here at this point at about 727, maybe you can start looking to take a short. And that's what I did after this. I did try to get on that. It's at 736. This consolidated again and then broke lower, and then 737 and 730, 740 on this push down. So anyway, I had some good good ideas, and I ended up just getting chopped up a lot. So that's enough for today, I think. I just wanted to get that out there, about how do I get a handle on this, how do I get a handle on just executing and being okay. And I can't walk away every day winning and having positive days, but until I start executing properly, it's easier to accept losses, I think, when I'm executing well and I'm not taking trades and setups outside of my plan. So that's what I got to work on. And if I can't get a handle on that, I don't have any business doing this, I don't think. So, thank you.